Am I all set? Right. Hi guys, it's Chloe. Wow. I'm sitting here today. I've decided to start a YouTube channel and this is going to be very interesting. I have finally come with the guts and the viva and the energy and the momentum, and I'm ready to share my life with all of you. So, are you guys ready for the tea to be spilled? It's going to be a lot of tea, like a lot of tea and a lot of vlogging, and you guys will know what's basically going on in my everyday life. So, are you guys ready? I hope you guys are ready, so you guys can go ahead and subscribe to my channel because there's gonna be a lot of tea. And today we're just gonna start with things that are just chilled, we're gonna start with the simplest of things, and that is my journey with transverse myelitis. Why am I standing up? No, Chloe, don't do that. That's weird. Okay, but on a serious note, I have decided to share my journey with transverse myelitis as my first video so that I can inspire you guys. It's been a crazy journey, guys. Seems like I'm probably exaggerating, but when your spinal cord is damaged, your spinal cord is your body. Without it, you are basically dead without it. And it's been a crazy journey. So I think this being my first video and also suggested by my friend, I think that it's a good idea that, I have, sat down with you guys, sitting and talking to a camera, which is very weird, but I think I'm ready to open up my life. So you guys will be seeing things like when I travel to go and get treatment and when I do all of that type of stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that part of my life, the outside, the unseen, the behind the scenes of Chloe. Yeah, that's what this series should be called. I should make a series, the behind the scenes of Chloe, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start off simple and easy, my journey with transverse myelitis. Okay, so let's go back to when I was in about grade 6. When I was in grade 6, I had terrible anxiety. I think the anxiety started in like grade 5, but I've always had like things like fake friends and all of that type of stuff, like from a very young age. And, anxiety would then just, come to me. So I always had terrible anxiety. And anxiety, it reflects on people, or your body responds to it in different ways. And for me, I would get numb. So I would get numb from my neck whenever I would feel anxious. And yeah, I would also like play with my hair and do all of that type of stuff. But one of the most crucial things was when I would get numb on my neck. So when I had that numbness, it was not really anything serious. So I didn't speak about it. I thought it was normal for me to feel numb, so I kept quiet. And I was just like, you know what, like, it's not a big deal. So yeah, until I googled numbness. I used the good thing Google to Google numbness, and you know what Google told me? That I have a freaking brain tumor. Like, really, Google, you need, like, I think we all as the world need to go on a riot and actually say that Google is lying to us. I mean, you have a terrible cough and they tell you that you're dying and you have lung cancer and you only have 1 more week to live. Like, that's just what Google does, and it's annoying AF, and I think we need to get it sorted. Am I right? I think I'm right, guys. So, of course, I thought I had a brain tumor, and I did not say anything because I knew that it would stress out my parents. And I have this thing, which is a good thing about me, but also a bad thing about me. I care about people, and it ends up being bad because I end up not thinking about myself. And I didn't think about myself in that situation. I was thinking, if I tell my parents that I am getting symptoms of a brain tumor, they're literally gonna freak out. So I was like, no, let's keep it chilled. It will go away. So I kept quiet for about 3 years until the big day. I was sleeping with my mom because my dad was not home. So when I was sleeping with my mom, I experienced the numbness again. So when I experienced it, I was like, you know what, it's about time, that I tell my mom. And you know what, it's my health. Whatever happens after that, we just work from it there. So yeah. So I told my mom, and then she was like, okay, let's investigate. So on a Friday, I went to the hospital and I got 2 tests done there at the hospital. I was tested for my heart, and I got a MRI. No, it wasn't an MRI. I got an X-ray of my neck, and both of them showed nothing. So the doctor then referred me to go and see a physician so that we could further investigate what was going on with me. There at the physician's office, I got another 2 tests done. I was tested on my muscles and my nerves. So my muscles were perfectly normal, but my nerves were not okay. My nerves were, the nerves were abnormal. So the physician, it's a lot, guys, sorry. So if I start getting confused, I'm very sorry. But the physician said that he assumed that I had something called neck spondylosis. And if you do your research on it, it's something that just happens with age and it will go away. And some people experience symptoms and some people don't. So he thought I had that, and it was nothing serious. So we had to go for an MRI. An MRI, guys, is the most annoying machine on this human planet. Like, I am being serious. You're in that thing for a good 45 minutes. Well, my first MRI, I was in there for 45 minutes. My last MRI, I was in there for 2 whole freaking hours. And I've been in an MRI about 6 times now. And I should be going on my 7th one soon. So I'm scared. Well, I'm not scared. I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to it because I have to be in that thing, and that thing is just annoying. Like, so yeah, it's noisy. You have to stay still, and you're in this thing, and you're just like this, and you're like looking up, and you're like, and they give you headphones which really do jacks. So yeah, I was in there for 45 minutes for my first MRI because it was just off my neck, and they found nothing. They said that your neck is good, and they took an X-ray of my spine, and they were like, your spine, oh wow, English is hard, your spine is looking smexy, so there's nothing that's wrong with you. So we were like, wow, what could it be now? So until the next day, I was now coming home from school early because I had appointments. So the next day I came home from school at about 1:30, and my mom was like, the radiologist said he wants you to do another MRI because he had seen something in my spine. So the first time he just had a quick look at it and he was like, no, your spine is fine. But then he decided to sit down, and then he saw that there was something that was abnormal about it. So I went into a second MRI, and in that second MRI, he found that I had something called transverse myelitis. So what is transverse myelitis? So transverse myelitis is a swelling of the spine. So I was immediately put into hospital as soon as I was told. Well, not immediately. I think it was about the next day I was put into hospital, and I was in there for 3 days. And yeah, I would say that I was pretty happy in hospital. I, was given luxury treatment. The hospital I was at was really nice. The nurses were nice. Yeah, it was quite comfortable, I guess. There was just no Wi-Fi. I mean, everything was perfect. There was a TV, but no Wi-Fi. So it was all right, I guess. So whilst I was in hospital, I was put on another MRI, and that MRI was of my lumbar, spine, and of my head. So they wanted to do my lumbar spine. I don't know why he wanted to do my lumbar spine, but he also wanted to do my brain. Okay, weird noises are happening, but he also wanted to do my brain so that he could check for multiple sclerosis. And then at that point, there was nothing wrong with all of them. My blood tests were fine. Everything was good. And I was in there for 3 days on steroids. And one of the things that really was the hardest for me was walking. And walking was just so hard. And I still I still struggle with walking. I mean, the people, you guys who go to my school and stuff, you guys will know that I take forever to climb the stairs. I roll my bag. Sometimes I walk really slowly, and you guys are like, Chloe, what the hell? What are you doing? And yeah, walking is still hard, but it's a lot better than how I was walking like before. So we thank God. And we also thank God that I was not paralyzed, because most people with this condition did become paralyzed, but obviously they did end up recovering. So I was struggling to walk, and I was very tired after hospital. You're being put on a high dose of medication, but we then decided that it's better if we seek treatment in South Africa. So we went to South Africa, and I got treatment there, and I saw a doctor, and that doctor basically gave me this very, very painful injection, but it really helped a lot, and also then recommended that I go and see a physiotherapist so that he can help with everything. The doctor in South Africa also noticed that I had scoliosis, which is the curving of the spine. So 2 whole spine problems, but I was born with scoliosis. So that's something that was never new, but it was only discovered when I did have transverse myelitis. So I basically was going through a lot of pain at this time, and I'm still going through pain, and I'm still recovering through everything. It's just been a lot, like a lot, and I don't know, guys, like just pray like that, I get better, I fully recover soon, but I can say that this journey, I would never ever take it back. Like, I think that it's made me stronger as a person, and I know that, like, people say that this has made me stronger as a person, this has done this has done that, but I promise you guys, it has really made me stronger as a person. And I am just so grateful that I got sick, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many things that have been happening, traveling every other week is not fun. A lot of people think it's fun, but it's not fun. It's the worst because you're trying to catch up on school, and you're also traveling, and you also, you get to your destination, and then you're tired, and then you want to go to bed, and then the next day you've got doctor's appointments, and then the next day you're coming back. It's like, where do you find the time? And yeah, it's hard, but I'm not complaining. It's just that it's something that people think it's an easy experience, and it's not. But it's something that I would never take back. So what have I learned from this whole transverse myelitis? I still have it. My spine is no longer swollen, but I'm still a victim. Well, I don't like to call myself a victim, but I do. But I am a victim of this condition, and I will have it for the rest of my life. We don't know. Right now, it's in something which they call hibernating season. And hibernating season is when, it just doesn't swell up. And most people only have 1 episode of it. So, as I am in hibernating season of transverse myelitis, I am just embracing it. The hibernating time. But the back pain is just so stressful. And, it's like, yeah, you're really stressed over, am I gonna get better? Is the pain gonna go away? Will I get paralyzed? And yeah, it's something that, like, you end up getting used to the pain and everything, but it just taught me, don't take things for granted, guys. Like, do not ever take things for granted. Do not take your walking for granted. Do not take your eyesight for granted. Do not take your breathing for granted. I mean, I know when you like have a flu and you can't breathe, and you think to yourself, I was taking breathing for granted. It's simple things like that don't take your life for granted, because you can wake up one morning and you're diagnosed with transverse myelitis, but any of you can get sick, and it's not something to scare you guys, but it's something to tell you guys that just be prepared for everything. Just embrace life, be happy, and also don't be mean to people. You never know what they're going through. It's really cocky and it's straightforward to say don't be mean to people, but it's really true. Just don't be mean to people. You don't know what they're going through. I could be putting a smile on my face when I'm there at school or something, but deep down I could be in so much pain, or I could be going through something at home or something like that. It's just like things like that don't be mean to people, because you never know what they're going through. And yeah, just embrace life, guys. Can be taken away from you at any point and second. And now I'm excited to share with you guys the whole journey now, from being diagnosed to now what's next. How is my life going to be? Going for physiotherapy. You guys will see everything. And yeah, I would love that for you guys to stay tuned to seeing that. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you guys can know more, and let me know what next video you guys want me to do. Do you want me to do a Q&A about transverse myelitis? Yeah, any questions you guys have. It is a very complicated condition, but so I don't know, I explained it very briefly, otherwise this would have been like an hour video, but I explained it very briefly from the surface. So if you guys have any questions about it, comment them and I will probably do a video on answering your questions. Or if you guys have any other video suggestions, you guys can just let me know. You can DM me, or you can, I don't know, I might be doing polls where I ask you guys what you guys want to see. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more content. Subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys next week, I think. I don't know, whenever I decide to post again. So goodbye, lovelies. Mwah.